romantic relationships defines relationship between couples, husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. That's the relationship we cover. Actually, which is involved romantic mood, the love feelings about each other. But the relationship between man and woman, that is very complicated because we, individual man and woman involved in our society in many different circumstances, like different surroundings that includes we have different background culture, we use different communication style, we have different academic background, we have some couples have different ethnic backgrounds. Also, mostly people have different, job fields. So that's why, because all those difference, we have different needs, demands, desire, needs. That's why, it is. That's the reasons why it is complicated. Because different needs, different desire, different demand between couples, those, the factors collide, right? So that makes conflict, tension. So that's the reason why it is, complicated. Okay, romantic relationship, when we talk about it, varies. It has many different type of, woman and man relationships that is widely depending on all individuals, each individuals, because they are involved in many different circumstances. So when we have effective communication, that helps building quality relationships. That includes communication skill, includes respect each other, empathy mind, willingness to work together. That is essential to make good romantic relationships. To do this, we have to kind of have a communication strategy, because we are all different, right? Because our cultural background, our academic background, sometimes some couple has different racial background, ethnic background. That's why we use a different communication type. So that's the difference. So the relationship between because those differences, our romantic relationship is sometimes very vulnerable. That is very easy to break. Some couples, I don't know, nowadays many couples break up, many reasons, right? So To overcome the conflicts, tensions, we have to use balancing between independence, togetherness. Those we're gonna cover later, and then we also have different expectations between men and women, and different roles. Those are all challenges. Also, some emotional feeling is involved because the relationship that is challenging. It is hard to maintain good quality relationship. Many emotional factors involved, like jealousy, insecurity. That is also another factor. Then external stresses, like external stresses. We have all working people, right? So people have very different type of work. They have to work to make our life continue. So we get stress from job, and then any other stress coming from many different directions every day our life. So that is also factor affecting our relationships. Then marriage couple also have conflict between parenting, co-parenting, right? Husband and wife, they have different point of view how they like to raise their kids. Some couple, between husband and wife, let's say husband want to raise their kids with more discipline, right? Some wife, mother, some of them like to raise their kid with more tender, sweet, treatment to their children. So that is, there could be conflict between the way how they wanna raise their children. Also, people have different goals. Okay, there are couples, let's say boyfriend and girlfriend. Girlfriend's final goal of their romantic relationship is getting married together. But boyfriend think different way, right? He just like to have relationship. The true relationship with love, but he doesn't wanna get married with her girlfriend. So that's the also challenge between man and woman. Also, many people, once we start relationship, there is always ending part, right? So we wanna talk about how we can end up our relationship in a good way. As you know, many couples, when they broke up, they fight, they hate each other. That's the most worst outcome or break of their relationships. So we wanna see how we have to make a good ending of romantic relationships. To make this chapter is about whole building personal relationship. Now we talk about romantic relationship. That's between man and woman. Actually, a small topic is communication in between couples. That is intimate couple. Intimate means that is involved loving feelings, emotions. So when we say, loving feelings, emotions, we call it intimate. That does not apply only emotional, mental part. That also involved in physical part, right? So when we do communicate in intimate relationship, that is very critical aspect to build, maintain healthy, strong, quality relationships between partners. So communication takes, very important role to make good quality, healthy relationship between partners. That is very common. Most conflict, argument, disappointment between couples coming from how they talk to each other, right? That's the most common. Sometimes I want, loving words coming from my wife when I really tired and came home. I want to rest, but instant happens. My wife doesn't want to. She also have, many stressed out from her work. So she doesn't have any room to, mind my status of, the feelings, emotions I have. So yeah, sometimes she express her feelings because her stressed out condition. So she doesn't want to talk to me, tenderly, with loving words. Worst part is sometimes when I ask something to ask, she replied with, high tones, the voice coming with very stressed. So that makes argument between. I do same thing to my wife too, right? So that is most challenging part because we don't know how we communicate. So we wanna look how we can make good, effective communication between people. To do this, we have to make a strategy. Making good, effective communication is ongoing process. It is a one-time, solution. Okay, we have to give time and effort to establish good communication skills. Also, most important part is whether our communication skill is, the type, style is different from each other, the important part is we have to have mind that we need to connect each other. The genuine desire to connect each other, that is really important. We have to have pure, true mind to connect each other. Without that, other things just meaningless. It is just, we learn talking skill, talking techniques, communication skill. Without the mindset that we want to connect truly each other, that is important. Without that, other things meaningless. Also, effect, it doesn't give any effect, any influence to each other. We have to have a strategy. Third bullet point, we have open mind. Also, we have to have mindset, honest dialogue. You don't hide anything. Sometimes you're kind of afraid, right? When I make big mistake, investing my money to stuff, right? So I lost a lot of money. So sometimes, I'm afraid to talk about that situation to my wife because I don't want to hear any disappointment about me. That's my wife saying, right? So you're hiding those things. Eventually, that is not good for true romantic relationships. Sometimes, we make mistake. We don't say it right away to each other, right? But takes time, little bit of time, not that much time. Eventually, you have to talk. Mistakes each other make. That is open mind and honest dialogue. Also, I talked this many times in previous slide. Another important part is active listening. When couples each other they talk, not only talking is involved, right? We have to have mind, truly understand the situation of others, the partner, truly understand the situation each people have. So that's the active listening. Also important thing is the communication, between husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. Another important thing is emotional expression. Okay, when you hurt your feeling, you have to tell. You have to talk about it. How you hurt your feelings. The problem is when we express our feeling the way I talk to my wife, too much emotional feeling is involved. So that's why I don't talk to my wife nicely, right? But that happens every day, every time, So when you hurt your feeling, you have to talk to your partner how you hurt your feeling so badly. The good thing about expressing your emotion is you have to do it with good manner and etiquettes. Without, emotionally high level tone that helps you communicate with your partner better. Also, there are always tensions, conflicts between couples, right? Also, that give us challenging to our romantic relationship. So you have to have kind of technique, skill to resolve that conflicts. Also, we need to have the quality time together to maintain relationship between couples. Quality time means that might be involving many things. It could be activity. Eventually, it is changing your idea, your thoughts, your perspectives, your emotions. A good example is like that, you take a walk with your partner around neighborhood. So when I, take a walk with my wife, I talk a lot. Yeah, honey, I had bad day because, blah blah. My boss cursed me with bad words, even though I did good job in my, work. So those things, exchanged between me and my wife. So we can also share the feelings. Sometimes also we talk about the goals. I mean, goal for our children. So, honey, what do you think my our daughter Hannah is going to go out with friends too many times? We talk about those things. Yeah. So that is quality time together. We share those ideas, perspectives, sometimes emotions, also sometimes that feeling that exchange each other. So I told my wife, honey, why did you say like that? That time I really hurt my feelings. So when I know you have also, many stressed out situation. I know why you talk, say like that. But, even though you have bad feelings, bad situation, stressed out because of your work. So next time, can you, talk to me more nicely? That's the talking with having a good quality time together. Also, physical intimacy is very important. Husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. Not only, physical interaction means not only, sexual intercourse. It involves like, hugging, touching, rubbing your back, touching the hairs. That is very also important part of physical intimacy. Also, another important thing is, like I said many times, empathy mind, and then understand. Whatever situations we have each other, we try to understand. We try to have mindset. Anything happen, I wanna try to understand. Also, personal goal, personal growth together, that is also important thing. That means we have to support each other, our own personal goal. My wife works at bank, right? So I support her the position in the job. So when sometimes she talks what happened in her job, like because she wanna get promotion, she wanna get higher position in the job, right? So when there's a certain position opening, she told me, honey, what could be best way to get that position in the job? So I give advice. Yeah. Also, she also gave me the same advice to me about my career, about my desire for success. So personal growth together means we have to support each other to accomplish their own goals. Then regular checking is also important. That involves everything. You also have to ask your spouse or your husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. That also applies to yourself. Check-in means check, investigate anything between couples. That means, let's say, I have another example. When I got home, she just stayed on the couch without saying anything, right? So my checking is, honey, are you okay? What happened? Is there anything bad happened in your work, at your work? That's one of the check-ins. Also, check-in about yourself is always look for anything that affects your relationship, romantic relationship going bad, right? Did I say, badly to my wife? What if my wife have bad feelings? That is, she doesn't receive any care mind from me. Those things also you have to check in yourself too. Anything, it could be anything. In this list, did I express my emotion in a good way? Yeah, so we have to have those regular check-in, very important. Okay, last strategy for building, sustaining, maintaining, keeping strong relationship. Okay, okay. Many different stories. Some couples, they fall in love instantly, right? Or when I saw her first time, I just fell in love with her, right? That's right, that happens every day to anybody. And also, girls with, boy for the first time, when she, meet him, she just got fall in love with him instantly. That's right. Or me and my another story were not a couple for many years. We were just friends. Like 3 or 4 years. We call directly name. Hey, Nam. Hey, Migam. Yeah, but I don't know the moment, the point our relationship converted to romantic. Anyway, the point I want to stress is the romantic relationship is ongoing process until you die. That means you have to keep trying good influence each other. You have to work really hard. I mean, work means maintaining good relationship, right? Not a physical work, not work for making money. Yeah, you really work hard. You give a really hard effort to maintain the relationship. That is ongoing process until you die. That means not only one part's effort. Me as a husband, I effort to maintain good quality romantic relationship with my wife. Also, my wife's side, she needs to do same thing. That is mutual effort between husband and wife. Also, the relationship should be escalated high level of that means that is like evolve, right? Okay, I don't know if this is the right example. Okay, when we were couple, we got married with my wife. I spend most of the time with my wife. Also, I talk a lot. At the same time, I physically, I want to touch her. I want to slap her, everything. But time goes. The contents of the relationship has changed. When I got married to my wife, I kind of thought I knew my wife almost like 80 or 70 or 80% when I got married. But time goes, I realized, like 10 years passed, I realized that I didn't know my wife. I know about my wife nothing. Because that time, I truly tried to understand my wife. Then I realized, I really know nothing about my wife. I didn't know my wife needs. I didn't know my wife desire, goals. I didn't even know what kind of food she likes. So since I start to truly understand my wife, everything about my wife, that mindset is evolved, escalating the relationship. Also, my wife said same thing to me. She thought she knew almost everything about me when we just got married. But time goes, and then we have many hard situation. Almost we break up, we end up with divorce. After that, she realized that she also knows nothing about me. Then she has changed her mind to understand myself. Before that, we each other insist our own. So later we realize that is meaningless argument between. This is what I want. This is what I like to do. So arguments between those things. Eventually that is meaningless. So we spend like 10 years together, then we start to realize true relationship is understanding each other. That's kind of story of my wife and me. Now I don't touch many times, like 30 years ago, to my wife. We just sit, even we don't talk, but I understand my wife. I understand what happened to my wife at her work. So I ask nicely, honey, what happened? When I look at you, I realize something happened at your work. Tell me. Yeah. That's how we talk. Yeah, also we have, as well as we have argument many times still together. We do it, many arguments. Right? But the way we talk, the way we care, the way we love is changed now. So that is ongoing process. So with those ongoing process, the relationship is evolved to understand true deep mind of each other. Also, I talked before, share goals. Okay, honey, I support your goal at your work. Yeah. Anything, any advice, tell me, I give you advice for the good position at your work. My wife does the same thing to me. So that is share goal. And then also aspiration. We have our own, hope, desire, right? My wife, she has her own. Me, I have my own desire and hope. So also we have to share desire, goals, hope, wishes together. That is aspiration. Also, that's basic respect. Then the boundaries. Boundary I talked many times, right? She has her own boundary. I have my own boundary. So I don't want to break. Rarely there's time I have to break that boundaries. In that situation, I try to break nicely, not hard. Alright. Also, unplugged time is also important too. Unplugged time. Okay, I spend many times watching TVs with my wife after the dinner. But you have to also have unplugged time. That means you take a walk with your wife. You go hiking. You go picnics. You go fishing together. That's unplugged time. When you have those times, we can make kind of circumstance, surroundings, not connected to each other's via phones, right? So the true connection is only me and my wife. So we can have time to talk about something in our deep mind. That's unplugged time. Also, regular celebration. So we do, many celebrations, right? Anniversaries, right? So we have to do it together. Adaptability, flexibility. Adaptability, change yourself to understand each other. Also flexibility. I don't insist the way I like to talk to my wife, right? Flexibility, adaptability. I want to say the words that she really likes to hear, right? That's adaptability, flexibility. Also, the conflicts, tensions really escalated to a certain level, some kind of threshold. When we go over that threshold, then we talk about, honey, I want to divorce you. Yeah, most people goes, to once in a lifetime. They kind of have those experiences too. But we don't want to go there, right? So when you have kind of feeling, you go, over threshold, limits, you have to have a professional advice too. That is also really helpful to maintain your relationship. Somebody, third party, neutrally look at yourself, right? Look at me and look at my wife. So they can see what the problem that I have, also my wife's problem too. So that is really help seeking professional help. Okay, now we finished about romantic relationships. Then this slide we talk about building professional relationships. Professional relationship is nothing special, you know. Basically, the relationship between people, the factors to make good relationship affects also building good professional relationships. More especially, effective communication is more involved in professional relationship in workplace. It's because if we have good communication skill and then also good professionalism, that affects how you work in your workplace. Eventually, that gives your success, right? By good communication skills, you can build the connection between people at your work, right? Eventually, that gives you any level of success at your work. So good communication, effective communication, and professionalism is key of your personal success at your work. Also, many times we talked about there are conflicts at professional situations, right? At your work. So we have to manage, we have to learn how we can resolve that conflicts, tensions. Also, good communication skill make you build strong network. With a strong network, eventually, finally, you can get a good reputation at your work, at your professional field. It starts from good communication, effective communication skill, and professionalism. Let's say at your work, whatever you do, at your work, I trust you. I support your plan. I support your project. Because so far you did always put your, hard work to accomplish the project. That's the reputation, right? So that is starting from communication skill and professionalism. Okay, here some key, red text, color text is we talk about key points, key components about communication skill and professionalism. Okay. third up to second bullet point, you already know that. More detail description about how we what professionalism, what communication skill we talk about is third bullet point. That involves verbal communication. When you talk professionally, you have to equip your skill with clear message delivery and then also concisely. Concisely means briefly, compactly. Also, we have to have written communications, right? Emails, messages, those are all writings. They should be done in clear, well structure. Well structure means, intro, main body, conclusion. Also, it goes with, the grammars, punctuations. We also have to have those skill to make good writing. Active listening involved. Non-verbal communication. Conflict resolution skills. Also that involves leadership, collaborations. At your work, also you need to have skill how you can talk to your customers. That's the customer service. You are project manager. You have to do presentation for your project, right? In front of many people. So you have to equip a skill how you can present and public speaking. Also, networking is very important too. Okay, networking at your work, you want to experience, right? Some employee, he or she has many connection with people at your work. When she doesn't know anything or something, she has someone else to ask, right? Also, when she needs physicals, she have to move some heavy load to somewhere. She always have someone to help doing physical work. She also have advisor, mentor at her work. That's the connection. That's the network. Also, cultural competence. Competence only is ability, capability. So cross-cultural competency, when we talk about it, is ability, capability to recognize, to navigate, finally understand different culture. That's the competence, cross-cultural competence. You have to have etiquettes. You have to have dress code at your work, right? Yeah, that's one of the etiquettes. Also, you have to manage conflict of interest. Okay, easy example. Okay, I work. I serve. Let's say I'm waitress at the restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, right? but next block, my husband runs Chinese restaurant. That's conflict of interest. Also, ethical communications. When you exchange any messages between or any actions in professional setting, they always have ethical policy, right? Like I said before, doctors have their own ethical policy. You cannot release patient's information without consent. When you break it, that is big problem. Yeah, that's the ethical communication and policy. Also, professional development. You have ongoing training, right? Conferences, seminars. When new technology come, so you have conference to learn those things. Seminars, same. Okay. Also, another important thing is when we do customer service as professional. Okay. Briefly, when we talk about customer service, we just think, simple way. But I want you to involve emotions, perspectives, the point of view too, right? Okay, when I receive call from customers, okay, the customer orders number of products that you take, you write it down and then hang up the phone call. That's not all about it. Always understanding, empathetic mind is involved in those customer service too. When you receive call, you ask, how's the day of your customer? How he feels today? Is he happy or is it bad day or good days? Also, when they give a complaint call to your office, right? Try not to defend your company's policy. First, try to understand, try to be the perspective of your customers. That's very important. Let's say, what could be the example? Okay, when without empathetic mind, you only talk about numbers, right? When I take that complaint, my company lose money. That situation evolves more serious problem later because my customer didn't satisfy with the products, and then complaint was resolved, right? Then later she or him file a lawsuit, right? We see many of those things. But when you have empathetic mind to understand situation, mostly that ends with good outcomes. Try not to defend your company. First, try to understand customers' situation. That is very important. Then you're gonna win most of the time. Okay, dealing with. Okay, another topic in your workplace, how we can build positive working relationships with colleagues, with employees, and your superior, your manager, your director, your boss. It is important because when we have good relationship, we can make together good product, make our work more productive. When we have positive professional relationships, we can make harmony. People have different ability and capability to perform a certain work, right? Not everybody has the same capability. So when we have good relationship, we can make work with good product, and then our work is done, performed with good harmony. So the way we can build good professional relationship, it is communication. We have to have good communication skill. You have to have active listening, respectable, and then we have to have collaboration. You always participate in teamwork. We also share, our company's main goal, purpose, mission, kind of mission statement of our company. We always share same thing. Respect means respect for difference. Respect, not only respect your boss, your director. Here, respect means we respect the difference. Different cultural background, different ethnic background, different, educational background. Respect means we respect for difference. Also, we have to equip with professional etiquettes. You have to keep your hygienes, right? Clean, and then company, dressing code. You have to follow that. That's one of the etiquettes for your professional relationship at your work. You have to have conflict resolution, especially at work. we do many gossips. We make fun of, someone else's. So we do, mocking somebody. So, yeah, just, try not to do that. I know. I mean, eventually, when I gossip someone in another way, another directional, eventually it comes to me. Someone else mocking me too. Yeah. All right. Okay. Always. Also, you have to have gratitude. You have to have thankful mind in any kind of help, or even though you don't get help from someone else's, you have to have a mindset. Without the co-workers, without the superior, without your board, managers, directors, you cannot make your work successful, right? So always you have to have mind, thankful mind. So work-life balance. Okay, work-life balance. Okay, modern generations for Asian people, the most young generations, they do well in balancing life and work. But old generations like me, especially I'm Asian. Okay, I got off the work, I rest at my home, but my director called me, hey man, we have problem. Can you come over, take care of some situation? Yeah, I'll be there soon. Sometimes we have to do it rarely. Once it is big problem or situations that threatening the company's goal or company's performance. But mostly you have to have boundary. You have to have work boundary. You have to have your own life boundary. Also, some people have mixed boundary. At work, they do personal code. Many. Yeah. So that's also, boundary. We use mixed boundary at work too. Yeah. Be reliable, right? As you are professional, you have to be reliable. You have to have your own skill. You have to have your own ability, capability to perform, sometimes independently, right? 100% make it work. That's reliable. You make least mistake. That's reliability. Also, like I mentioned earlier, networking is important too. At your work, you have to make network to receive mentorship, advice, certain person. Also, if you have any question about the computer, you have to have someone else who knows computer better. Yeah. That's the networking. And then there are always disputes at work. Okay, manager one, he insists plan project A is the most important project right now, and the another manager said no, it's not, that's not applied. Plan A is not, project A is not applied to our company. That's some other company's project. At this time, that maybe in the future there could be working for our company. So another manager insists now the project we need is project B. So that's there are arguments, conflicts between those two projects, right? That's dispute. Also, you have to have a skill how you can resolve that conflicts. Okay, most people, commonly Asian people, they resolve that conflict personally. Okay, there are some situations you have to handle in personal, but when you are involved in company, you always go with company's policy. You have problem with someone else too. Yeah. Not try to resolve it in personal way. Okay, but someone else keep gossiping you, keep mocking you. That is really stressful, right? Then you go talk to your manager or HR, human resource, director of human resource, talk to them. Yeah, another topic, conflict resolutions and communication in the professional context. If you make conflict resolved successfully, that is good resolution of conflict. That contribute eventually positive good relationship. And then also that affects making your work productive. Actually, the good products, high quality products you can make. If you have techniques, skills to resolve conflicts. Okay, conflict resolve technique. Okay, second bullet point also involves active listening. We do this many times, right? Open communications, not hiding anything, not communicate, secretly. Also, like I said before, when you have problem with people, when you have problem with any kind of project, um, when you see a conflict between any, it could be a relationship or it could be anything like like I said before, manager. We have two managers. One manager says a project plan A is good. Another manager say no. Project B is good for our company now. So you see conflict, but they don't give any result. You can be you can report those things. Eventually to resolve the conflict to higher boss, higher directors, but it should be done in timely, not too fast, not too late. Also, that applies to relationship with people. Like I said, somebody mocking me, always, every time, every day. You're really stressed out. You have talked in a timely manner, in a right time. It is hard to say what is the right time, but try to make the good time, not too late, not too early. The one standard for not too earlier, not late, is when you feel like the conflict, dispute, or you have too much stress that comes from someone else, right? The kind of standards, not too late, not too earlier, is this one. You have to have mindset. Prevent maybe okay. Some conflicts is not stay always same level, right? Okay, low level you can handle it, okay? Not too much stressed, So you don't need to report, okay? Everybody do those things in any community or any society. You can be tolerate those things. But when you feel the conflict, dispute escalates, evolve to a certain level, when it reaches or a certain level or break that level, you feel like you cannot bring it back the way you work normally with normal people. That's kind of standard. You feel like you cannot bring that relationship to normal relationship. That is kind of standard to handle the conflicts, tensions in timely manner. Okay, always respect. Respect also involves difference. Respect people, respect people's difference too. Okay, when you have conflicts, okay, try to not too much emotional. Stay calm. Take time. Okay, another strategy for when you have conflict is you have to use I statement. You have to deliver what you want, what your message is clear. Okay, so you have to use I statement. I am really frustrated when you talk to me like that. Okay? So also another strategy, when you have conflict, you try to stay focusing. Conflict resolution. Then mediation too. Mediation is also important. Okay, I said earlier, romantic couple relationships. You have problem, right? Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. You feel like you cannot, tolerate anymore. You have those situations too, right? Then you try to get help from someone else. I mean, someone else is like third party. They see neutral. They have a view. They can see me and my wife neutrally, right? So it could be professional counselor too. Yeah, you can get advice. Mediation is too. When you have conflict in the professional settings, you can ask mediation too. At your company, it could be director, it could be manager. Not try to resolve that conflict between you and opposing party personally. Also, provide productive feedback too. Okay, like I said earlier, there are two managers. They have argument which project is good or not, right? Eventually, manager A win that project. So when we talk about those two manager and then losing manager, winning manager, right? The feedback, productive feedback is this one. Winning manager ask to losing manager, hey man, are you okay? Yeah, it's nothing personal. I think this is the best project for our company. Okay, if anything you like to talk about plan A, project A, tell me, I take it. That's the productive feedback. Okay, most time use normal channel. Okay, I mean normal official channel. When you deliver messages, when you do complain about someone else, what could be not a normal channel? Okay, most of the time, when I have complain about I have problem, any kind of problem at work, I talk to my manager, right? That's normal channel. But some people, they talk to manager's wife or manager's husband. That's not normal. Yeah. I think that might be an example. And then follow up too. Follow up means feedback too. Same thing. In a positive way, follow up means example like I said before, two managers. That's follow up and feedback. Also, training development. Okay. The training and development we talk about here is about conflict. Okay, big companies, they do many conferences, they do many seminars. How you can build good relationship with your coworker at the work, right? You have to participate. You have to take training too. Also, seek meditation. Someone third party who has neutral opinion, ask them, when you have problem. So they kind of give you some conclusion. Okay, hey man, I am a third party, neutral position. So when I look at those two people, they are arguing about the company's project, right? So I kind of give them hey man, this is not the type we can do. I think your plan is really good, but there can be that plan made our company good money maybe 10 years later. But at this time, what we need right now is plan B. That's the kind of mediation. Also, you feel like you cannot handle any conflict anymore. You escalate issue to ask to your HR or higher manager. Also, reflect and learn. When you have conflict was resolved, then step back, investigate why you have conflict with someone else, how it went, how it ended. Then you learn from those conflicts. That's the reflection and learn. Okay, slide. Okay, up to this, we talk about how you can, have good communication skill. Effective communication skill. Also, at the work, the key point that make you succeed at your professional setting. First one is communication skill. Okay, good communication skill leads you contribute success, give you a good reputation, give you good brand name too. With that effective communication skill, you also have to build networking. at your professional field. Okay, once you make a good network, that affects your personal, professional growth. Also, it gives you, openness to another chapter of your professionals. Eventually, it gives you success at the work. Okay, networking, not only networking. Networking means you change, information. You change idea. You change techniques, skills to someone else. That eventually makes, when we talk about networking, we make connection. Connection means relationship. Once you establish good relationship, that is networking. Some special who knows, good about computer, who knows good about, digital design, graphic art. Also, you have to know someone who has, always giving you good advice about the relationship with the people in the company. That's the networking. So good network give you also good brand name about yourself. So you could be, someone else's advice. You could be someone else's, helper. That also eventually gives you your brand name good, with good reputations. Once we have good professional brand, that could give you more success. You can be standout, right? Once you have good communication skill, once you have good network, basically you always have to work really hard. When you have tasks, you perform, 100% successful, right? Those things, those are basic. In addition, those things, we need to have communication skill, we need to have network. So eventually it gives you good brand name, gives you good connection. Eventually it gives you a good standout position. Someday you could be, director, someday you could be manager, or someday you could be more, higher position at your company. Okay. Okay, this is, same, I said just now, networking is, that gives you knowledge, learning from someone else, right? You get support, mentorships. Eventually, that means you are building relationships that leads to personal growth. That's how networking does to make you successful at your professional field. You also have to pursue professional branding with good networking, with good communication skills. That also gives you, visibility. You predict, visibility means not a vision, Okay, once you are in a certain company with good communication skill, with good network, you know everything about your company. Actually, you work in different department, like say you work in department A, you know what is going on in department B too. And that's visibility. Because you have network, you have good communication skills. Also credibility too. That means, another word, reliability. If there's any task, my manager wants someone else to perform certain task, he always asks me because I have credibility. Once I start the project, I finish in right time with less mistake. That's credibility and reliability. Also, once you have built professional branding, they give you another opportunity in your career. Okay, I worked in just small IT company, right? Just computer technician. But I made good brand about myself. And then my friend, college graduate, he works at Google or Apple. He knows me well. I do, good work at local company, local high-tech company, right? Then he gives me a call. Hey man, we have job opening. It is manager level. Why don't you try? That is effect of brand name. Also, you have to make yourself different from regular person at your work. You have to stand out with good communication skill, good networking. So differentiation is, you're the only one. You are the only professional worker, professional employer. You are the only one person that your boss is trust. That's the differentiation. Consistency. Once you have built good network, good brand, you have to keep, your name good always. Try not to get involved any, company fraud, right? Or any taking someone else's profit to your company. Yeah. So try not to do those things. Also, good brand name gives you career transitions. Even, sometimes not the same field. If someone works in, fashion industry, if you have good, management skill at your company, you could work at different industry like IT industries. That could be a career transition. Also nowadays many people make online brand too, right? With YouTube, with Facebook, Instagram, TikToks. When we communicate with using those social media, we build reputation, we build our branding. So be careful not to mention, not to drop any line on social media, like that gives you bad impression, bad reputation. Okay, try not to do it. Writing, any writing you make online, it stays forever. So online, don't make any bad words, any bad comments, any abnormal comments. Eventually that ruins your career. Okay. When we see news in Korea, there are many issues, right? The politicians, they do write certain opinion at social media long time ago, right? People find it. Yeah, then eventually, they resign. Sorry. 7:45. I'm so sorry. I should have finished 7:30. Okay, next week we'll keep going. Okay, any question? Anything you want to mention?
Thank you.
Alright, thank you.